Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I wanted to show you a really good account opener that involves questing. All I'm going to be doing is a few quests that give you a large experience reward, especially if you do them early on. Quests are extremely powerful at the beginning of your account just because the time it takes to train skills at very low levels can sometimes be very long. So doing some quick quests early on can be very beneficial for your account. So I'm going to be showing you a very simple route you can take that only involves doing 10 quests and will only include a very minimal amount of normal training, as the quest experience will pretty much cover everything. All I'm really going to use for this is around 100k, and you'll also need membership on your account. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, I always appreciate it. If you leave the video a like, always helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Now pretty much the first thing we need to do is get a couple of combat levels, because most of these quests will require you to fight things, and while it is possible to do at very low levels, there's really no point of making it that challenging unless you have a restricted account or a peer of some kind. So we're going to start off by doing the Witch's House quest, which has no inherent requirements. However, there is a boss fight. That said, you can range it and safe spot most of it. So I went ahead and spent around 13,000 GP. We bought a Staff of Fire, which is going to be our main magic weapon for a while. We bought some Mind Runes, some Air Runes, Water Runes, Earth Runes, Jugs of Wine are just a really easy early game food source, and a Games Necklace. Very cheap items overall. So those will just be some general questing items, but on top of that we need a piece of cheese, and we also need some leather gloves. Also, just for a teleport and to have a little bit more combat stats, I'm going to go ahead and buy an Amulet of Glory. They are pretty cheap, and let us come back right to the Grand Exchange after. Now just to clarify here, this is not going to be a quest guide. If you are looking for one, there will be some links in the description, but for the most part these quests are fairly simple. Now you can do the entire boss fight right from level 1 magic. I do find it's a little bit tight, because with a full inventory of wines you can kill the first 2 bosses, and the final 2 you can save spot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there we go, we finished up the Witch's House quest. Mainly we're doing that for the hit points experience, which is going to get us right from level 10 to 24, very nice, as well as we got from level 1 to 10 magic just from completing the quest. So now that we have some hit point levels and aren't likely to get instantly one-shot by something, let's go ahead and do the Waterfall quest. Okay, the only thing we have to buy for this quest is actually 1 rope, and I'll also buy a Ring of Dueling just for a teleport. We will pretty much have the rest of the items that we need, so let's get started with the quest. So this quest truly is amazing. It'll get you from level 1 to 30 in both attack and strength. Everyone does it right away, and there's a reason for that. Ton of total levels and a ton of early game attack and strength levels that you no longer have to get. That will bump us all the way up to Adamant that we can wear right away. And these combat and hit point levels are going to be really important for our first major quest. Now that is going to be the Fremennik Trials quest, which will give us a massive boost and a ton of different skills. Now to give us a shot at being able to do this at such a low combat level, I'm going to have to buy some Rings of Recoil as well. I'm kind of proud of this one. Look at this food item, very unorthodox food item, but it heals 20 and is only 473 coins each. How is that for cost effective? So I'm going to try to do the fight early on in the quest just to see if it is going to be possible at 1 defense. Could be kind of hard, but we will give it a shot. Now it looks initially like Fremennik Trials actually has requirements to it. However, you can actually bypass the requirements by killing Lanzig, who actually drops the lyre. Otherwise, you need to craft it yourself, which means you need to have wood cutting and crafting requirements. But alternatively, there's a 1 in 17 chance of this guy dropping it. Now he's level 48, so melee combat might not work. We're gonna give it a try. Otherwise, we'll have to make do with magic. Okay, we'll just pretend that that didn't happen. I'm taking it back. I think I would highly recommend maging this guy. He does a fairly consistent amount of damage when you're only 1 defense, so this is probably going to be better. Okay, that's the first time I've ever gotten this lucky on it. We got the lyre on our, 6th kill, so we got it quite under drop rate. We're still only level 12 magic, so, well, there we go. We got that part of the quest done. Alright, there we go guys, we are done with the Fremennik Trials quest. It's definitely a little bit challenging at my level, but definitely doable. So before we finish this quest, we're at a total level of 123. Let's go ahead and finish it up. There we go, so we're done with Fremennik Trials and we got 2.8k in a ton of different skills. Now first up here we got all the way to level 18 defense, which is nice. 32 attack, 28 hit points. Level 16 fishing, level 16 thieving, level 16 agility, which is nice, level 16 crafting, level 16 fletching, level 16 wood cutting, and we got all the way to level 230 total level just from completing one quest. Overall, it took me an hour and a half to finish this quest at this level. Definitely time consuming, but I think it's definitely worth it and way quicker than training all these things by yourself. Okay, so next step on deck, we are going to be trying to complete the Holy Grail quest. However, that does actually have one requirement, and that is Merlin's Crystal. You don't get anything for completing Merlin's Crystal, but I think it's worth it because Holy Grail gives you a bunch of prayer experience and a bunch of defense experience, and that's something we're kind of lacking on right now. So unfortunately, no experience for that one, but it is a required quest, and you do get 6 quest points, which is pretty handy to have done early on anyway. That brings us up to 14 already. But we're just going to go ahead and start off here with the Holy Grail quest, which is the whole reason we're here. Now the Holy Grail does have a boss fight, but luckily you can just flinch it like this and it's pretty damn quick. Now the Black Titan does have to be killed with Excalibur, but up until that point you can use whatever weapon is strongest for you. I'm using the Adamant Scimitar. I'm not actually sure if that's stronger or not, to be honest, but he won't move no matter what, so it's not too bad. Well, that quest is actually pretty quick if you don't count the whole flinching fiasco, but we are done with the Holy Grail quest, which is going to give us a ton of total levels. We're 231 right now. Let's go finish this up, and now we're up to 273. That bumped us up to level 28 prayer from level 1, which is massive, as well as that bumped us up to level 33 defense. We're doing pretty well so far. We're exactly halfway now, and we're at total level 273, but we still have 5 more quests to do. Now next up here, we need level 10 mining. And this quest will actually push us up to 11, but doesn't really count as a quest because you literally just talk to this guy once and you complete it. You could go ahead and mine conventionally and train to level 10, but there's just no point. Literally, this takes 1 second, gets us perfectly to level 10. Yes, that's going to be 11 quests technically, but like, that's so short. Does it even count? Okay, next up here, we're doing probably the best free-to-play quest, and that is the Knight Sword quest. And there we go, we finished the Knight Sword quest, bumping us up to 29 smithing right from level 1, also pushing us over 300 total level on quest number 7. Now that we have level 29 smithing, next up on the agenda is the Tourist Trap quest. I really like this quest because it has a very flexible reward that you can put into thieving, smithing, fletching, and agility. Okay, a camel's beefing with me, but we are done with the Tourist Trap quest. Our third to last one here. Is that a happy crying? What's going on? So for finishing Tourist Trap, we can now get a 4.6k reward in 2 different skills. Now this is kind of up to personal preference. Now for my purposes in this video, I'm going to put 1 into agility and 1 into thieving. In the end, you might be best putting both of them into agility. But honestly, early thieving training isn't that quick, and this will make it so we can complete our next quest pretty much immediately. First up here, we'll put the experience in agility, getting us from level 16 all the way up to 24, and very close to 25 as well, which means with very minimal training, you could go ahead and start doing the Grand Tree and going in that route. And we're also going to put it into thieving, which will also get us to level 24, very close as well, very close to 25, and that is what we'll need for our next quest. So we'll have to do a very minor amount of training, but it should only take a second. Now, the last major quest that I would like to do is the Digsite quest, and that has a requirement of Druidic Ritual. Okay, there we go, Druidic Ritual is done, nice and quick. Only a minor quest reward for this one, that'll get us to level 3 Herblore. So finally here, we're going to do the Digsite, and that only has 2 main requirements. That is 25 thieving, which we pretty much already have, and 10 Herblore, which will just take probably under a minute. While this probably isn't the quickest way to do it, we're just going to pickpocket this man for a second, just to get us to level 25. Okay, and the final requirement is all of the way. There we go, that is going to be 10 Herblore, which is all we need. So I am all ready to go with the Digsite quest. We're just gonna go ahead and buy the required items, finish it up, and we'll have a look at what our stats look like after these 10 quests. Okay, the Digsite quest is definitely not my favorite one, but it is really beneficial to get done early. However, we are done with it, and that is going to give us a bunch of mining experience, which will skip through a bunch of early mining levels. Also a fair bit of herb lore experience, bringing us up to a total level of 366, bringing us to 32 mining and level 17 herb lore. So this is what the account is looking like after 10 beginner quests. Kind of 11, yeah, I know guys. But we do have a really nice spread of early game stats through a bunch of different skills. We have around level 30 in mining, smithing, prayer, and all of our melee combats. We blitz through some of the early training for fletching, crafting, woodcutting, agility is really nice, herb lore, thieving, we got a bit of magic experience in there, fishing. So in the end, those quests took me around 4 hours, which I think was a very good use of time, a really good way to start an account, and in the end, much quicker than training them through conventional methods. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know with a comment down below what your first 10 quests would be personally, if it differs from my own. I'm interested to know what you guys think would be best. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to Tiz Talk Bunny OSRS, who just joined Revolver Ocelot and Kush Patel at my Dragon tier of YouTube membership. Thank you so much guys, that's so awesome of you, I really appreciate it. Also another massive thank you to Baze Titch, Nathan Ashworth, and Double Talk for subscribing at the Runite tier. Thank you so much to them and the rest of my YouTube members. If you are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You'll get yourself mentioned in my videos, a custom Discord role, as well as access to my video release schedule. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.